Happy Friday night, everybody. Hopefully you're doing something better than I am. I'm putting together a video talking about how to do topical research for SEO to hack traffic. And the reason I'm putting this together is because a couple weeks ago I shot a video and I was talking about how I did this hockey stick growth in organic traffic for my baby here, Laces Out, and how I use topical research as opposed to keyword research. And I got a ton of questions about how to do that. So I'm putting this video together to show you how you can hack that process and do it very, very quickly without a lot of skill, and all you really need is SEMrush. Now, when I do this for clients, I use about 5 or 6 different tactics to build content and to come up with different plans and strategies. This is one of them. I don't have time to do all of them here. I want to keep this quick, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. So you're going to need SEMrush. If you don't have it, I strongly suggest you get it. It's by far the best tool in the market. You're just going to take your website, you're going to put it up here, and then you're going to go to competitors. And what we want to do is we want to find websites that have a lot of different keywords and topics in common with us. And I like to take the top ones because the top websites that are ranking for a lot of different keywords, they've established authority with search engines. So that means they're going to be ranking for a ton of different keywords and topics that we can effectively just jack straight from. So I'm going to take this one right here. This is really the leader in the space. They crush it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to keywords and I'm going to go to export. And I'm going to get it in a CSV file. I'm just going to let it download and open it up. And then I'm going to do a little bit of filtering and cleaning this up. So we don't need any of this stuff over here. It's cool, but for what we're doing, we don't need it. I'm going to get rid of previous position. I'm going to leave search volume, position, cost per click, and URL. Now I'm going to do a little bit of footwork here and filter this up. And basically what we want to start by doing is getting rid of all of the keywords over 20. I only want the keywords that are ranking under position 20. So I'm going to less than 20. Go ahead and set that. Let's make sure this filtered. I'm just going to filter this here just to make sure that it filtered out all the other ones. Okay, cool. So now I have all these keywords underneath 20. Now, depending on what niche you're in, I also like to filter out search volume too. But because they've only got a couple of hundred keywords left in here, I am not going to. I'm just going to leave it like this. So generally the next step, I would filter out search volume. And also, I kind of recommend you doing it because what I like to do now is after I've done one site, I like to go back and I like to get the next couple of competitors and dump them all in here and then filter them out. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to do one. But basically what I do with this next is I'm just going to copy all of this. I like to work in Google Sheets because that's just where we store everything. So I'm just going to take that and paste it in here. And I'm going to do a little bit more footwork here. Sorry, I'm like a psychopath when it comes to formatting. Everything has to be formatted perfectly or I can't, my brain can't function. It's kind of disgusting actually. I have issues. So I'm just going to get this set up. And then I'm going to lock these cells. Where you at? View, freeze, one row. Cool. All right. So basically now what I'm going to do is I am going to filter these by page. So when you filter these by page, what happens is you can start to see topics forming, right? So what I'm going to do here, so their homepage is ranked for a lot of stuff. That's kind of tough. I'm gonna hide this for right now because this is a bad example actually because their homepage just ranks for everything. They just crush it. Most websites don't do that. So I'm just gonna hide these. You don't want to hide. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna hide these. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look for bunches. So just so you can see these, I'm gonna look for pages that are ranking for multiple different keywords because what we can see here is we can start to see the topics that Google is associating with this page, right? So you look at these things, Jordan 6, we can just open this page up. You look at this, it's lacing Jordan 3s, how to lace Jordan 6, how to lace Jordan 6, lacing Jordan 6. So you can see here, we're starting to form topics. So what I like to do here is I like to make the separate column here for topic. And of course, I'm breezing through this. I usually spend a lot more time doing this, but what I'll do then is I'll come up with different topics for these different, what I call clusters or bunches, right? So I'll just highlight all these different pages in different colors so you can start to see them bunch up. And then what I'll do is I'll create a common topic that exemplifies all of these keywords, okay? So this one will be like Roche run shoelaces, and I'll just drag this down, and then it will capture all of these keywords with that topic, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll just go down and do all of these really quickly. And then what I'll do is I move these to the next tab. This is called our topic ideation tab, and I'll just dump this in here. And then what I do is I take this topic and I actually go to Google and I'll dump it in. And once I get into Google, I take a little bit of look around. I look at search volume up here. I'll look at what's ranking. Let me zoom out a little bit. I look at what's ranking. I'll actually layer on Moz here to take a look at overall domain authority and page authority of the pages that are ranking, just to see what topics and what websites are ranking. Then I'll look down here at searches related. I'll look at the volume here, the cost per click, and I'll start to, again, formulate more topics with more keywords that I'll then dump into here. So then what I'll do is I'll build out this list. I'll build out like 20 of these different ones based on all the different keywords that I jack from here. And then what I do is I start to formulate them. So I'll look at, is there enough search volume? So for this one, let's say no. But for this one, let's say this was lacing Jordan 6s. That was another topic one, right? Lacing Jordan 6s. I'm going to say yes for this. And then I look at, can we compete, right? So I'll look at understanding the domain authority and what we rank for. I'm going to look at the overall domain authority, kind of the average of the first page. Sometimes I'll even do I'll use the keyword difficulty if you have Moz. It's not overly accurate for me. I don't really care for it that much. But, you know, and again, I'll look at if there's ads on top, because if there's 4 ads on top, it's going to be very competitive. So again, what I'm going to do here is I'll say for this one, yes. You know, this one, it's not relevant because there's not enough search volume, but I'll say yes. And then journey. So there's 4 journey stages that we use. We use viral, we use discover, we use consider, and we use customer, right? So these are 4 different journey stages that map to a funnel, and it's what this topic maps to. So lacing Jordan 6s for me, because we sell shoelaces, it's important for us to get people to the site that are looking how to lace this certain sneaker. So what I'm going to call this one is discover, and potentially even consider, because we actually sell these laces. So I'm going to call this one consider. So this is a very valuable topic for us because it's pretty deep in our funnel. Then for this one, if this is new or rewrite, what I'll do, this will be new because I don't have that content on my site. If I do have the content on my site, I'll mark it as rewrite. Okay, but since I don't have it, it'll be new. And then in here, I'll put in some notes. And really what I'll like to do in the notes section is I will look at the top articles that are ranking for this. So again, these are all kind of money keywords. This is really better served for content. But what I'll do is I'll look at what's ranking. So I see here, and I'll look at to see if there's like an exact match here. So let me see this one, Jordan 6 laces. So there's a forum thread ranking, and again, so this homepage is ranking for this, which is crazy. So what that tells me actually is this is a really good topic for me to attack, because if I can put together something more robust here, then I can outrank these very, very quickly, because there's not a topic that's really matching these. These YouTube videos are pretty tough, especially in these how-tos. The YouTube videos rank very, very well. Here's my page ranking down here. But I digress. So let me get back here. So then what I'll do is after we build out a list of topics, I'll actually move this into a content calendar. I do this for clients. And we'll build out all these different things again, like the different stages here, the different audiences that we build out. This is where the topic goes, Jordan 6 laces. And then what I'll do is I'll put in the keywords. So for the keywords, honestly, I'll just grab them from down here, and I'll do this a couple of times. So this is going to be like, just copy this. Jordan 6 laces for sale. Those are okay. Jordan 6 laces infrared. This is a different sneaker type, so I'm going to want to put that keyword on the page. Lace lock for sale, lace length. How to Jordan 6 laces, Jordan 6 shoelaces, all that stuff. These are all the different keywords that we're going to want to use. Then the competition, I'll just take the topic, and again, I'll use Moz's score here. I don't want to log in, it's a pain in the ass. I'll use that, and I'll grab the average keyword difficulty, and I'll put that in here. So let's say this is like 45%. Then the traffic, this is just a sum of all the keywords, so we'll call this like 500. And then this is the content tactic. This is important. So for this one, you know, a lot of these will actually end up being skyscraper or curated roundup. For this one, I would probably call this expert guide, because what I'm going to do is I'll create a guide to how to lace Jordan 6s, right? It's pretty easy, and then blog post for this one, potentially even a video. Actually, for this one, I would definitely do a video, because you see all these videos ranking here. I can just punch that onto our YouTube channel and get it to rank pretty quickly. And then title, and then word count, author, and then this is where we pass it off. So again, this is how I create content at scale too. I don't write this crap. It takes too long. What I'll do is I'll fill all this stuff out, and then I'll build an outline for it, and I'll assign it to one of my writers. They'll write a draft, and then I'll publish it. So again, in just a couple of minutes here, I showed you how I found a very good topic for my website, very valuable, exactly where it maps to us. And again, this is mostly for client stuff, so that's why there's all these extra cells, so you don't need to worry about that. But now I want to show you an example of something that I published today. So you can see here, published 5 hours ago. This was for a shoe called the Asics Gel Lite, Asics Gel Lite 3 and Asics Gel Lite 5. And what I did was I wrote a guide. So let me just open this up. So what I found was, hey, there's a lot of search volume around this stuff. There's really not one good topic around this. And everything that it was very thin. So I went out and I put together a really good guide, and I rounded up 10 different lace swaps or lace ideas for this Asics Gel Lite sneaker. So I'm hitting the keywords lace swap, lace recommendations, lacing ideas, and these are very, very hyper relevant to the brand, because hey, we happen to sell most of these laces. So again, I put together using H2s, H3s, and a little blurb here that the person wrote. Some very nice images. Of course, I credited the author, and then I linked to our actual product with the product image. So you can just see, I mean, it's a very good looking post. But more importantly, when you look for now Asics Gel Lite 3 shoelaces, on day one, you can see we're already ranking here on the first page. We're ranking 5th on day one. I mean, 5 hours later. So let me see if this is ranking 2. Yeah, there you go. So, and again, I jacked it from this laced up laces here, and over time, this is gonna rank much higher. This is gonna end up ranking first, because it's just a much better, like, let's look at what they have. So this is hyper specific to one shoe, and what I did, there's 30 words on this page. It's just not a very good result. And then when you click on here, I have these shoe titles in here semantically marked up. It just works, man. It's just the quickest way to hack traffic. This is going to be driving organic traffic in no time whatsoever. And not only that, but it's going to drive value for the brand, and it's probably going to drive some sales for it too. Excuse me. So that's really it. That's all I do. Is one of the tactics that I use to generate these topic ideas is just looking at the top websites and kind of reverse engineering what they're doing. Looking at the posts they have ranking, and then always doing it better. So the key here is to find these topics. So this is a great way to just generate ideas. But then also on top of that, what you want to do is you want to layer on just better content. And if you can do that, you're going to have very, very quick results. And when you do this at scale, that's when you start to see, let me just show you, a brand new website having explosive results with relevant keywords, because I'm constantly just building this content and constantly getting it out there and constantly targeting the right ones, finding holes in the SERPs and attacking them. So again, this is just one way to do topical research. I've got a bunch more. If I put them on the web, I'm going to have to sell them, because this is really how I make money. But if you guys are interested, please leave me some comments below. Leave me some questions. I love hearing from you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.